Maddie has been living with T1D her whole life. She is a typical teenager who loves playing sports, hanging out with friends, and going shopping. She loves to travel, and her dream job is to one day work at Google. Maddie says that although T1D technology has come very far since her diagnosis, it would be even better if one day I'd be able to live with it without a pump or CGM. Maddie has taken part in the JDRF One Walk an impressive 14 times and has personally raised more than $30,000 for JDRF. This is also her 10th year as a JDRF Youth Ambassador. Maddie also speaks at the JDRF galas, her church, and her school to promote awareness about the challenges of living with T1D. Maddie says that someday she hopes she can say that I used to have diabetes. Everyone, please welcome Maddie.
We've come such a long way, but we know our job is not done. 35 years ago, the risk of vision loss from diabetic eye disease was at 50%. Now, state-of-the-art care has cut the risk to 5%, and therapies to eliminate the remaining risk are in development. 30 years ago, there was no way to predict whether someone would develop T1D. Now, there are markers to detect T1D and track its progression well before symptoms arise, avoiding adverse events and facilitating the search for ways to slow or stop this process. About 20 years ago, continuous glucose monitors were available only to physicians for use in clinics. Now, personal use is recommended in diabetes clinical guidelines and covered by almost all health plans, including Medicare, the largest insurer in the United States. While a diagnosis of T1D is devastating for any family, the good news is JDRF is at such an exciting point with research therapies. We are at this point because of funding through events such as our walks that have made these developments possible.
JDRF is committed to funding development of new therapies to keep people with type 1 diabetes healthier, longer, until a cure is found. Over the past year, we have seen great advancements in T1D research and advocacy. This past March, Lexicon and its partner Sanofi submitted a new drug for approval. The drug is called sotagliflozin. In this and later clinical trials, sotagliflozin showed a significant reduction in A1C and also improved the other key health measures. If it is approved, which can take up to a year, it is the only drug besides insulin approved for type 1 diabetes. Eli Lilly is partnering with Singalong Therapeutics to develop encapsulated cell therapies for T1D, using technology that began with JDRF funding. Encapsulation technologies can shield beta cells or islets in a way that they can produce insulin but are protected from immune attack. At JDRF, we catalyzed encapsulation research and attracted people into the field. Among them were doctors Dan Anderson and Robert Langer. Their research eventually led to a discovery of an encapsulation platform that allows the company to build cell therapies that do not require immunosuppression. A goal is to transplant these cells without the use of immunosuppressive drugs. If successful, the Lilly Singalong partnership will be an extraordinary accomplishment for the entire T1D community.
JDRF's ability to innovate is one of our most prized possessions. We are committed to advancing artificial pancreas technologies, which is why we undertook a new initiative, the Open Protocol Automated Insulin Delivery Initiative, to support the development of open protocols for diabetes technologies. Recognizing patient-driven, do-it-yourself approaches in which continuous glucose monitor devices and insulin pumps are reverse engineered to display data in innovative ways or allow automated insulin delivery, the new initiative is exploring ways to establish clear financial, regulatory, and legal frameworks to ensure this customized approach is safer and more accessible. Another groundbreaking project, JDRF and IBM are developing and applying machine learning methods to analyze years of global T1D research data and identify factors leading to the onset of T1D in children. This data analysis project is the first precision medicine effort to identify T1D risk and onset. Though we support researchers all over the world, never before have we been able to analyze their data comprehensively in a way that can tell us why some children who are at risk will get T1D and others do not. This project represents the first precision medicine effort to identify T1D risk and onset. By developing a better understanding of risk factors and causes of T1D, we hope to eventually find a way to prevent the disease entirely. One of our goals is to make all aspects of living with T1D as safe, easy, and healthy as possible. That is especially true for pregnancy. JDRF funded the CONCEPT trial. It shows that monitoring blood sugar levels continuously during pregnancy or planning a pregnancy using a CGM leads to better health outcomes for mothers with T1D and their babies. findings that could lead to an improved standard of care for expecting mothers with T1D all over the world.
For more than 18 months, families in this room and all across the country contacted their Congress members and urged them to renew the Special Diabetes Program, SDP, which would give $300 million for T1D research through the NIH. In February, Congress approved this legislation. This renewed funding will allow researchers to build on past successes and continue promising trials that might lead to better treatments, prevention measures, and ultimately a cure for T1D. This past year has been amazing, but more amazing things will come with your support. Until a cure is found, JDRF will be funding the research and advocacy that makes it easier and less burdensome for all people with T1D and their families. Thank you so much for supporting JDRF.
We wanted to share some stats from last year's walk that has helped make all of these advancements possible. At the 2017 One Walk, we had 66 family teams that raised over $102,000. 3 school teams raised nearly $3,000. 19 of our corporate partners raised nearly $70,000. Sponsorship revenue came in at $32,000. We had 31 generous individuals raising $890. And our sneaker sales partners raised an astonishing $93,000. Together, nearly $300,000 was raised by our local community in support of T1D research.